Welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio with another completed commission. Today we're taking a look at 3 squads of 3 Custodian Guard, all completed in our traditional color scheme with the gold armor, silver accents, and of course the red shoulder pads and plumes. Before we do get rolling though, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe, share this with your friends or anyone else that would be interested in Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Warcry, or of course Kill Team stuff as well. So with the new nerf to Custodes in Kill Team, looks like they've taken a little bit of a hit, or at least now they're going to be a little more reasonable. They seemed a little bit overpowered previously, but I think we'll still probably see quite a few people playing with 5 of the Sisters of Silence and 2 of the Custodes. I think having 7 models, 2 extremely powerful, especially in melee via the Custodes, and then also the 5 bodies from the Sisters who are still pretty strong, and then also have some nice anti-psychic power abilities. I think that will still be a strong kill team, but we'll probably see less of the 4-man Custodes teams as the lack of action points may cripple them a little bit. So, but looking forward to potentially playing some games here soon and finishing up the kill team set that I've been working on. Another video just kind of doing the details will be on the way very soon. But in the meantime, finished up this commission, 9 Custodian Guards with our ruined temple style bases. These ones have a little bit more of like a gray color to them as opposed to like our typical like cream or tan. But let's go ahead and take a closer look. All right, so here we are all finished up. Obviously we got 3 of the Custodes with the sword and board or shield and sword, and then 6 with the spears as well. 3 squads of 3 basically, 1 sword and shield for each, and then 2 of the spears for a little more hard hitting and shooting abilities, but obviously the save's nice as well. So that's our typical gold color scheme with some Leadbelcher and then like lighter silver highlights. Same with the gold. Start with like our reikland fleshade over the Retributor armor, and then just kind of clean it up with some of the lighter gold as well. And then of course for accent colors we have red in this case. Some of the khorne and also mephiston reds, and then we get into like a little bit lighter of a wild rider red, blue stones, and then of course we've got those green eyes. Very good overall look to them. Definitely a fan of the Custodes models, and then obviously the paint jobs as well, especially like the traditional paint scheme. Very cool, very happy with how they came out. Lots and lots of poses available. This is one of my favorite. The one-handed spear to the side, and then like the hand ready to grab somebody or punch them or wave them in. I don't know, whatever you picture there. Nice crisp edge highlights on a lot of this stuff. This one is more of like the traditional, lots and lots of gold with less of the silver, and then obviously the black weapon and everything, but very cool. I love how the eyes glow and the detail on these models. And plenty of different poses available for them. Obviously the spears have quite a few. Each one does have like a corresponding set of hands. The actual like build guide is not that correct, but obviously I've built tons and tons of these guys. But just make sure that you're using the right parts so that you can get the nice fit and everything, how they're meant to be. But absolutely love these models. Using the reikland fleshade, and then also a combination of the nuln oil, and then a couple different browns, starting with like a darker brown and then working our way to like runefang, and then slightly lighter after that. And then have lots and lots of tutorials on how to create the ruined temple style bases and how to paint them as well. The difference being some I do in gray and some are more of like a tan color. Just try to focus on like the color wheel and the palette to use like the warms versus the cools. Obviously like a brown is a warmer palette color, and the gray is cool. Think like hot and cold basically, and then use those to correspond and contrast with the models, whatever you're looking for. Again, get a real nice contrast with the green glow for the eyes. And then obviously I like to use a darker brown so it doesn't look too similar to the gold, because the effect can easily be lost. If you use a little too light of a brown, they don't stand out enough against the gold of the armor. You want to make sure obviously that all the details you're painting on there stand out, and obviously getting like the nice bright highlights. I like to use that, runefang steel with the Leadbelcher, and then obviously nuln oil as well. Many different styles and ways that you can do up the blades on these guys. I like the colored glowing blades with the lightning, and then of course like more of traditional blades like this as well. And obviously there's tons and tons of poses, everything from like running forward with the spear or sword and shield to like more of standing in like, you know, that solid stoic Adeptus Custodes, like ready for battle pose. Very, very cool models. I absolutely love them. This one sort of reminds me of like 300 or like Troy, where he's ready to do like the Superman punch with the spear, or like shooting the bolter weapon off of the actual, sorry, spear, I meant sword, but shooting the bolter weapon off of there as well. And then like that awesome like Imperial eagle on the shield to protect him. Emperor, protect us all. Love these models. So freaking cool. And the last couple over here. When I do the gems up, I use a darker blue first, and then I'll put like sort of a lighter blue down in the bottom right hand corner, and then I'll do like a bright or almost like a white highlight in the top left hand corner, so it kind of gives like that look of three-dimensional kind of gemstone glow to it. And last but not least, here's our buddy right here. For the eyes, I wait and darken all the metal and everything around the face. And then I will come back in using like a wash, like nuln oil and reikland on the gold. And then I'll come back in with the white. Make sure to pick out the eyes nice and clean. And then I'll hit them with the tesseract glow to give like the full on like illuminated glowing effect. That way they really stand out, the contrast between the dark and the light. But yep, there we have it. Another completed commission. 9 of the Custodian Guard with our traditional gold, silver, and red paint scheme. Blue for the gems. Tesseract glow for the eyes, and then of course our ruined temple style bases with a little bit more of like a gray tint to them, a little bit of sand and rubble added with some cork bits, and then obviously finishing touches as far as our highlights. There's a list of paints down in the description. If you have any questions or anything, or curious how to make these bases, we have quite a few videos showing exactly how I make these bases, as well as many other styles also. Appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Thank you very much for tuning in today. If you're into Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Kill Team, or of course Warcry, pretty much anything Games Workshop, from unboxings to conversions, how to paint, how to magnetize, and you know, reveals like this for a completed army commission. Make sure you tune in as we do quite a bit of work, and always show off the commissions before they leave the studio. So that's it for tonight, guys. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.